What's up, everybody? It's another Thursday night on the Sports Chasers podcast. As you can see, you see me and D-Dubb. We're in the same place, somewhere in the Palmetto State, chilling. And hold on, we got a little outage here. Excuse me, my bad. But it's another Thursday night. Hey, welcome, Thursday night Sports Chasers podcast. We got a lot to get into tonight. Tonight we got a few more teams to go for the NFL preview for the year 2022. I believe. The VA and also Mike Mill has a couple teams to go over, and the Angry One has one to go over. Speaking of the Angry One, he won't be with us tonight, and also Dan will not be with us tonight. But with that said, hey, I don't have to go left to right on my screen. I just go to the left over my shoulder. D-Dubb, what's up?
What up?
What's going on, man?
Podcast, we are back on a Thursday. It's a little different, but nonetheless, we here.
Yeah, we had some technical issues that was going on, and but we are good. We are here. And DA, what's up? DA, can you hear us?
What's popping?
What's popping? DA, what's good, man? What's good? We missed the hat, man. Looked like you had on dreads when I first saw you come on, man. But
yeah, we good though. We good. We good.
That's what's up. Mike Mills, what's up, brother? How are you?
Chilling.
You just chilling?
I'm cool, man.
Okay, that's good. All right, cool. Good. So
what team did I miss, man? I miss.
We'll go over. I thought you had one more team to go over, but I know the Angry One had a couple ones to go over. He sent me his notes, and also I know for sure Mike had two other teams. But there's a lot to get into in the sports world. You got MLB making a couple changes for next year as far as their scheduling. Everybody will play everybody in MLB next year. The National League and American League teams will play one another. Also, the Los Angeles Angels are up for sale. And I believe we'll get into that here a little bit later where Mike Trout and Ohtani, they'll be gone. They'll be sold. And I believe they're just going to start over. And also on the basketball tip, NBA, I know it's like whatever, but
I can't even black my screen out.
No, because I'm here, man. You can't black my screen out. Kevin Durant, I guess they kissed and made up and all that stuff. Pat Beverly is going to the Lakers in the trade from was he with the Jazz or Minneapolis? I thought he was with
he got traded from Minneapolis to somebody.
Right.
To the Jazz.
To
the Jazz, correct.
Yeah. I'm gonna pay attention this time of year. Who cares?
Yeah.
Good talk.
Got you. Well, nonetheless, he's on another team. But anyway, we'll start with the NFL. Mike Mills, your last two teams, the Chicago Bears. What you got?
Let's talk about the bad news Bears.
That they are
the friendly monsters of the Midway, the baby monsters of the Midway.
The friendly monsters.
All right. So the bad news Bears have second-year quarterback in Justin Fields, who was highly touted coming out. Should have went a little higher than he went in the draft, but that's neither here nor there. But he looked awful because the team was awful. So they got a new head coach and Matt Eberflus, the former Colts defensive coordinator, which is interesting. They went with defensive side of the ball. I mean, Chicago's a historical defensive team. Historically, the defenses have been great. So I think they should have went a different way with the head coaching, but that's not my team, and that's why they suck. So they're saying that the new offense is going to be built around the Justin Fields completely. That could be good or bad, depending on how they do it. And seeing as the head coach was the Colts defensive coordinator, this is going to be interesting. They also have a new GM and Ryan Poles. So a whole new regime out there. Roquan Smith, their linebacker, he's holding out. He wants a new deal.
He's hurt anyway, though.
Yeah, that's true. But he's holding out. I feel it. I mean, listen, if you want to go, you got some room in Baltimore. Go ahead and cut him, Chicago.
That's what I'm saying. I'll take him.
Right, that's a dog. I'll take him. Additions, they got a new group of receivers. They got my man St. Brown, Tajay Sharp, Dante Pettis, David Moore. Now, they don't have any star receivers, nor any other skill positions. So, once again, we'll see how this new offense is supposed to look. My projection for the Bears, I'm going 4-13. And that's me being optimistic.
4-13. I was saying with the Bears, yeah, they got a lot of work to do. So you showed some shimmers of quarterback last year. They got, Trubisky gone and just start over. And the Bears, I'm with you in agreement, Mike. They will not be good. They'll win 4 or 5 games and they'll take it from there. They're starting over. They're doing a rebuild, a reboot, or whatever you want to call it. And that's about it when it comes to the Bears. Who was your other team, Michael? And you can go over that. And then I'll go over Eric's last team. And you're right, Dia. You did. I thought you didn't go over the Chiefs, but you did go over the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, first episode. Yeah, you got it, bro. Go ahead, Mike.
All right, my last team here is the Denver Broncos. Last but not least, Denver Broncos are in the AFC West, the toughest division in football, if you ask me. And they got a new quarterback in the offseason. They went and got Russell Wilson, which is a major improvement over that carousel they had last year. Even though I kind of did what's his name?
Yeah, I thought dude played all right, man.
I mean, what's the new thing about Teddy? I'm not talking about Teddy.
Yeah,
the white boy before Teddy, the one in Seattle now.
Oh, dude from
Drew Lock. I like Lock.
Yeah, he played good in college too. Actually, Spock was good in college, man.
He was all right. He just wasn't healthy. But
he was in Missouri. He was nice.
But hey, you got Russell Wilson, so what that's good enough, right?
I guess I don't know.
And then
that's what they say.
Yo, but this team actually has a defense.
They do. I got that.
All right, so they got new ownership, new president, new head coach. So whole overhaul of the organization. The head coach is Nathaniel Hackett. He was the Green Bay offensive coordinator. And you've seen what he's gotten out of Aaron Rodgers in these late years. So he got some weapons out there, with Russ. Right. So that should be interesting.
You got wide receiver, running back.
Who's going to
2 running backs?
Yeah, they're not going to be bad.
Who's going to run the ball for them this year?
What's his name? Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams, the rookie from last year. Yeah. His second year this year. And both of them almost had 1,000 yards last year. The Broncos always got good running game too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They invented the zone running attack is theirs. So yeah.
So what's your prognosis for them as far as this year with Russell at the helm?
Well, I'm gonna go 11-6 because, like I said, they're playing the toughest division in football. They also added Randy Gregory out there on the outside, but they also lost Patrick, and they lost Patrick Williams to a torn ACL in training camp. So,
yeah, say no to training camp.
Yeah, so I'm going 11-6. Say no to training camp.
Say no to training camp.
DA, a little bit about training camp since you're on your tangent. Go ahead, man.
It's a joke. You don't need to have it. College D1 players, D2 players, D3 players, they don't have preseason games. They play their first game against whoever. This is a money-making scheme by the owners. Everybody who can't see it got their eyes closed. The dudes don't need it. If you get to the pros, that means you've been playing football extensively 10 years of your life already. What do you need camp for? You can walk through plays. You can walk through plays. That's what we do at every other level. You walk through and you do thud. You don't knock nobody ground. There's no real running. There's no, everybody stays healthy. And they do that in college where you have 100 dudes on the team.
But the level covers. I can't.
No, that's not. Well, you can look and see it's not true, right? Because you got some college teams that you believe and your heart could probably compete. You're not learning. Listen, man, I understand that, you watch the NFL Network. And I understand we talked to your boy who told us the playbook is crazy thick. But the reality is that the whole playbook is not installed on the first week of play. So I'm gonna pull up the skirt on the league. Your entire playbook is not installed the first week of the year. It's installed over the first 4 weeks of the year.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going ahead. Go ahead.
I was saying, is that why sometimes notoriously New England will get off to a bad start because
the whole book is not in. Well, he didn't do offense anyway. I'm not going to. I am not going to do the New England coaching thing. That's a whole other tangent, right? So what I say is that the whole playbook is not installed in 3 weeks, right? So preseason is 4 weeks with a week in front of that to get guys in. You got a few camps, some are OTAs, and then you got some that aren't mandatory, so forth and so on, right? So the reality is the reason why they're not mandatory for some guys, because it's the same plays they know from last year, right? And then part two is the reality is you're not going to learn it. If you're new to it, you're not going to learn it until you get somewhat into the season. And that's if you're a dude that's going to continue to study it, watch it from the sidelines, and get better at it. And historically, you can see the guys that do well immediately, that are rookies, are usually wide receivers, because regardless of what you do as a wide receiver, there are only 9 routes you can run, right? There's a 1 through a 9, right? And then you can have off the 1 through 9, you can have choices depending on where the defense is, right? And your quarterback will, you give them a key, they give you a key, they let you know, and either you're gonna run the in route or you're gonna run the out route, right? Either you're gonna a button hook, or you're gonna get a curl and go. So those things, are not as hard. Running backs are number one, because their job is not saying the easiest from a physical perspective, but you run into the 1 hole, you run into the 3, you run 3, bounce 5. That's you know that since you in junior high school, what that means. Those are the holes everybody to go in. So those are the players and the positions that do well outside of the defensive line, where besides run stunts and a few things of that nature, is go hunt. You crush the run on the way to the quarterback. And that's why Warren Sapp's a Hall of Famer, because that's the saying. You trample the run on the way to the quarterback. So you play both, but that's your job. So those jobs are probably easier. Offensive lineman takes a lot of time. Yeah, and that's true. That's why it takes a lot of time for dudes to be like, yo, got to get the offensive line to chill. They got to be together for a few years, because you got to know those calls, linebackers, where you going, are you if you take a step up, you're done, so it's cornerbacks. Hard to do. Make sure if you're playing inside, you're playing them inside, that means you got to make sure you got a safety or linebacker inside. So that's knowing the defense. But the reality is that you don't need it, because I've seen high quality football, and we'll see high quality football, right? So the first week of the season, I think you got Notre Dame and Ohio State. You got big games. Do you think these kids are going to come out here and look like trash? It's not going to happen, man. And you didn't need to be hitting another team in a game to make this happen. It's just like the damn combine. This shit is not needed. Because if you don't know if that kid's fast and can play football after watching him for 3 years, and you need to see him in his drawers running around in Indianapolis, you the problem, man. You need to be fired because you don't know your job. So that's me. So that's a joke, man. And look at the dude. Look at your boy Tom Brady done lost the season, and I know he hot because he's been saying it for years. He lost 3 interior offensive linemen.
Yeah.
In camp, definitely. and one dude went to another team. Other dude retired. Doug, listen, he's not trying to hit shit about no camps. Not day camp for his kids. No camps. He ain't dealing with no camps right now. That's the last thing you want to hit.
Speaking of Tom, where is he?
He's home. He's back. He playing. He played today. He out there doing what he do.
Oh, okay.
He out there doing what he do. But he's like, listen, I ain't gonna be here in camp getting beat the fuck up. I'm 45 years old.
The other players.
I don't care about the other players. I care about me. They are independent contractors. They will all tell you that. They don't care. Hey, listen.
So we just gonna let Tom gonna let.
Yes. You are.
I thought it was 52 members on the team.
Yeah, but there's 52 members, but everyone's not equal, right? It's 8 billion Americans. We're all not equal. Nor are we treated equal. So
no, you're right.
That ain't gonna happen.
all jokes aside, you're absolutely right. People was a little hot this week. You know, why is the time in camp and all this stuff? And I think the Buccaneers, they absolutely handled it the right way by saying, "Hey, Tom's away on personal business. You guys will be all right. He'll be back in time." So this is the last preseason game, right? Game 3. So it's the last preseason game. Tom will play the first 2 series, and that's it. And remember, like you said, he lost 3 interior linemen. Why would he stay in there to just get smashed up?
You know, he's throwing the ball in 2 seconds regardless.
Right.
So this is what I'm saying.
Correct.
Those 3 guys have to learn to work together. That offensive line will probably rock the first half, the entire first half.
Right.
Because they got to pull their thing together. It's not their fault. They just got look. Dude in Dallas yesterday. Yeah.
Yes, I was about to bring that up.
He may never get back. First and foremost, dude may never get back. This might be it for him. He will go into the Hall of Fame. It probably won't be first ballot. He's going. He can play. They got another cat that they drafted to be his replacement, but not this year. Like maybe a year or 2 down the line, they had him playing left guard. They're going to kick him over because dude's whole hamstring came detached from the bone. He's done. If he ever comes back, that's a bad man, for real. But that's an injury that you usually don't make it back from at that age.
For those that are watching, you see me motioning like I'm a quarterback. D-Dubb is doubling as our statistician tonight because we're in the same space together. So shout out to D-Dubb. I don't have those duties today. What happened to my man? What's his name that got hurt there, D-Dubb, as we go on? As he tries to find that out for us. That's a big blow.
Yeah.
And
Tyron
Smith.
Tyron Smith, yeah.
For torn hamstring.
Torn from his leg.
Possible return in December. Possible.
Whatever.
Yeah, that means
so that's kind of beat up and that's kind of messed up. And like DA said, and like we said last week, it's a money grab, the preseason. They incorporated, so what they was doing was, people wasn't buying single season preseason games. Like, why would you, right? So now if you buy the package, it's a part of your package of buying season tickets, and they incorporate it and they make you buy it. It's a get money scheme, and NFL's
a get money game.
Get money game, man.
Torn off the bone, man. So what we talking about? December is not happening. You can forget about December.
If he is, he's related to Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
True.
And that's depending on how good the Dallas Cowboys are. By December time. Yeah,
because if they stink, why would you?
Why would you bring them?
Right. Why would you bring them back? So let me get into what our last team, and this is the one that D-Dubb thinks that's going to the Super Bowl. But let me tell you what the angry one, what his prognosis is on the other tenants that play in SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, the Los Angeles Chargers. Last year they was 9-8. According to Eric, they was number 4 in total offense, number 3 in passing, number 21 in rushing, number 5 in scoring. Defense, they was number 23, number 10 in passing, number 30 in rushing, and number 29 in scoring. So you got the coaches, you got head coach Brandon Staley, defensive coach Joe Lombardi, you got Ronaldo Hill, and then you got Ryan Ficken. Some of the key additions, Khalil Mack from Chicago. That's huge.
Yeah, he's on that line, man.
Kyle Van Hoy. That's huge from
Vanoy,
yeah.
Vanoy from New England. You also got tight end Gerald Everett from Seattle. That's going to help him out with that blocking scheme. You also got Morgan Fox from Carolina, defensive lineman, and you also got Troy Reader, linebacker from the Rams. So he's just across the locker room. Some of the key departures, according to Eric, He says Michael Schofield went to Chicago, the right guard. You got the defensive lineman. Justin Jones also went to Chicago. And then you also have linebacker Kaiser White went to Philadelphia, and running back Justin Jackson to Detroit. So as you can see, they had some issues last year of rushing and sometimes even scoring, but they managed to be 9-8. And I think first of all, I think their quarterback out of that group that got drafted together. I think this guy, I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, and I should be because
Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert. He is absolutely, I think he's the sleeper out of that whole group.
He's not
And
athletic.
everybody knew.
Yeah, everybody knew this. Everybody been talking about the kid.
No.
He's just more poised than the rest of them, I think.
Well, hear me out. I got what you're saying. Nobody's talking about him because he plays for who? He plays for the other Los Angeles team.
No. I'm sorry, Kev.
Okay, no. Well, go ahead.
They've been talking about this dude. They've been talking about this dude on ESPN. Like he was going to be.
Whoa. You said they're not the gospel.
Listen, I'm just telling you, but you said no one's talking about it. I'm saying they've been calling this dude the MVP since the year he got in the league.
Does he win
He
this
went
year?
to Oregon, right?
No. Yeah. No, I don't care if he wins. You said no one's talking about him. I'm telling you, they call this dude the MVP every year. It just doesn't happen. They've said he's better than Burrows. Michael Tate, there's not a quarterback they said that Justin Herbert is not better. 6'5", got a cannon arm and can run the ball. They've been saying this since he got there. It just hasn't happened yet. And I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm just saying it just hasn't happened.
So this is
this year.
Go ahead, D.
It will this year. This year,
man. Listen, I got.
You think? I
don't have no problem with that. I just think they got rid of a lot of offensive line, and they were already 30th. They was already 30th in running, right? And then they got rid of offensive linemen. That's the problem.
They running numbers
is going to be serious. Defense is going to be serious, but their running numbers are going to be bad. They can't run the ball.
It's not that they
defense is on the field.
It's not that they can't run the ball.
Ahead,
they just don't run the ball. Yeah. They don't run the ball. Because Austin Eckler averages about 6 yards a carry. If you can average that on 8 to 10 carries, why not up it to 12, 15, and then split the rest with somebody else? They don't run the ball.
Exactly.
And that's their problem.
If
they adjust their identity, they'll be fine. But they don't. It's not that they can't.
And Austin Eckler been like the number 3 offensive linemen, though. So it's going to be a little different. So I don't know how good the new guys they got in there are, but they lost 2 in the trade for Khalil Mack. So they're going to do something. I'm not saying they can't. No, but I mean, who knows? I can only go by what I've seen. And I think Justin Herbert's a hell of a quarterback. I have seen him choke out too. I've seen him drop the baby.
Definitely had those games.
Yeah. But it's not that he's a good quarterback. I think he's a good quarterback. But Kev, I'm telling you, they talk about this dude every year. Like he is the next coming. Like they said he's better than Joe Burrow. We don't care if Joe Burrow got there. This kid's better than Joe Burrow. They love him. And I think you should. I don't think that it's a bad thing. I think he's a great quarterback, to be honest with you.
I think he is better than Burrow, but I don't think this year's the year. I don't think so. That division too strong. You went and got another veteran quarterback in the division. So do they make the playoffs? Probably. This probably be the year they get in the playoffs.
Yeah, they can make
win it all. I don't see them winning it.
So let me before y'all step on, let me tell you what Eric, the angry one, said that he said that the Chargers will go 10-7. The LA Chargers will go 10-7.
That's not good enough in that league, though, right?
It's a wild card.
Yeah, it's a wild card. If you get it, because that's a strong.
I think they're the only division with 3 playoff teams in the AFC this year.
Yeah.
That's the only division with 3.
The AFC West,
Denver, Kansas City.
It's gonna be a fight.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing.
The Raiders.
The Raiders are not giving up that spot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. So it's
going to be interesting down the stretch. It's going to be hard. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah,
but
the Raiders got a good defense too. They like the 72 Dolphins though. They like the no-name defense because you don't know those dudes.
No,
but they got a defensive end.
Slap you in the mouth. Yeah.
They got a defensive end on the end, and he's all pro. So they got a crew. They do have one. It's just people don't know who they are. So you know.
Yeah, 100%.
And San Diego has they got both. They got Matt. What's your boy from Florida State? Mike just came back this year. Derwin James. Nice.
Safety.
Big names. They got dudes. And they got dudes on every level. So that's 3 dudes right there. Right? Both on the line. Right? Mac at the linebacker. Derwin James at safety. And he's one of the best safeties in the game. So they got it. It just has to happen. It just has to happen.
They got guys there. That's all I'm saying.
But
but it's got to gel together.
Yeah, yes. And it's the same thing with every team. But
it's every team. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Chiefs, they still got Juju guy coming, but they got Nicole, and what's your boy? The tight end. So, and the one thing with Khalil Mack, he is not a cover tight end. He's only a rushing tight end. He couldn't cover me because he doesn't cover. He never has. Khalil Mack stopped covering a long, long time ago. But he used to, but he just hasn't in a very long time. So you get him trying to turn around and chase down Kelsey and tear his hamstring off the bone. You know what I mean? Because he ain't used to doing it. So we'll see. I think it's going to be a good season, though. Like Mike said, this is the best division in the league. So, and I'm glad it's not. I'm glad I'm not in the best division in the league. So,
Got you. Other NFL news. I'm just going off the bone, and I don't know, not off the bone, but off the cuff. What's my man Dana White? He was up there saying the other day that the Raiders could have had Tom Brady, and your man, Coach Gruden said no to it. I don't know why lately there's been guys kissing and telling. Like, I mean, I don't understand the point of that. I mean, if it wasn't done, it wasn't done. I mean, unless Dana White need to pay his. Oops, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, Dana just needs some attention sometime. That's all. He
pay his
needs some attention. That's all.
I be a hoe.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Dana just needed attention. That's all.
Oh man. So that wraps up our preview for the 2022 season. It took us about 3 weeks to get through it. I think it's going to be say it again.
With a round of applause button.
I'm working remote, yes, sir. So some of those things are so
yeah. Got it. He said, "Clap it up for yourself." Man.
Clap it up.
I'm about to cue the sounds on my phone. Heard.
Wait, listen. We're working on making sure that we have all when we're not, making sure we got all that stuff. So, like I said, we had some things going on, technical difficulties, but we worked it out. We're here, as you can see, and we're working it out, man. So. With that said, let me go to Major League Baseball. We have not talked about baseball in a minute. Let me go to the power rankings here according to CBS. And as of today, we're going to do the power rankings 1 through 16, right? Because we don't care about 17 to 30.
Don't matter.
Because they're not going to get in the playoffs, right? 1 through 16 makes the playoffs, the baseball. So according to CBS, you got the Dodgers, 86 and 37, man. They are still chugging along. The Mike's Mets, who lost 2 games in the Subway Series the other night to my Yankees, but the Yankees will check them out. Mike, real quick, your Mets, you still not impressed?
79 and 46.
Nope.
Okay, like for real though. Why?
He's a true Met fan.
I have seen them lose bigger leads in less time. I will not be impressed until they clinch.
Okay. Gotcha. Makes sense.
So some of the magic number, you know the magic number? Nope.
There's not a magic number right now. No.
Because the shit too high. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm good. I mean, I'm happy to see DeGrom back. He looks good. Let's not overwork him.
Yes.
Bro,
I'm happy Scherzer's healthy. He's back. He look good. That's cool.
You're very tough on these.
Fastest is eating innings. I'm loving it, So
but don't overuse Diaz either.
Right. Because that 6 and 5 out shit. No, he's not Mariano. Wait, save it to the playoffs. Like, we don't got time for that. So, like I said, we got a wait and see approach. I refuse to get my hopes up and then they home. I know how the Mets do, man.
Okay. All right. Number 3 is the Houston Astros. In 30 games since the All-Star break, Alex Bergman is hitting 325 with 13 doubles, 7 homers, and 26 RBIs.
They brought the trash cans out.
80 and 45 are the Astros. Dang, Mike, you can't let it go. The Braves, the aforementioned Braves, they have won 11 of their last 13.
Real good.
They are really good. I was gonna say something about Azuna because that was funny, that video the other day. I'm gonna move right along. Y'all didn't know what up. Nope, move right along. The New York Yankees, my New York Yankees. They're 76 and 48. The Yankees are like 10 and like 25 since the All-Star break. They have
congratulations on sweeping us. Y'all needed that.
Yeah, we did. I just think we just need to play better, and we're playing just like how we have got out in the last 9 to 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
real boom or busty.
Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
They're not going to make. I mean, they're going to probably make the playoffs most likely, but they're probably not going to get past Houston or.
We'll see, man.
I'm tired.
I've seen them. I've seen them win. I've seen them win both ways this year, so I'm not going to count them out because I've seen them win small ball, and I've seen them win. I've seen them win small ball, and
they won small ball Monday night. Yes,
yeah,
they did.
I've seen them done it. They can do it.
Yeah,
that is true.
They do it in 7 games when they count.
Yeah. Because if you take 2 series, if you take 2 series in a row, so one's a 3-game and one a 4-game. I've seen it happen. Yeah, I've seen them win it. I've seen them this year.
Yeah, I've seen it in the regular season.
I've seen them move it over. So you just got to let them do it because every year is different in baseball, man. Because rosters turn over so much. You got a lot of different guys there this year that weren't there last year. So it's like every other team. It starts all anew, man. So I'm gonna stay with them because they played. Baseball's a hard game, and to get to where they got at the beginning of the season was fine. Every team, 53 years old, since I can remember watching baseball, every team, every year goes through a slump. Every team, every year goes through a slump.
And players. You're right.
Yeah, and so I'm not worried about it. That's why you get the big lead. That's what the Yankees in the 70s used to do. Get the big lead because they knew, and back in the days, what they would do was pull your starting pitchers and bring up AAA guys to pitch in August and in July and August, and then bring back your real hitters in the end of August and going into September. Yeah, because back then they used to pitch full games, but that was the strategy back when I was a kid. You would see some kid that you didn't see the whole year. They would just bring them up to pitch, and the Yankees didn't care about winning, against the A's on a Tuesday
and to eat innings also.
Yeah, they didn't care because we got a big enough lead. They didn't have the wild card, big enough lead to win the pennant, and it was like, we're not worried. We can lose 30 games the second half of the year. And I'm not saying that's what the Yankees planned on doing, right? But these other teams practice too. So they're trying to get, so it's that ebb and flow. I don't have a problem. Sometimes I don't think it's the Yankees playing bad. It's other teams playing good. And they had a real rough second half playing against some real good teams. If you look at the schedule, they played pretty good teams in the second half.
The key was jumping out to a fast start like they did, which really, really helped them. So, hopefully maybe they are sustaining, they'll be able to sustain the rest of the way.
Get some players back, get some hurt.
That was a big series against the Mets, and he was able to take that one. So
Giancarlo comes back Monday, I think.
Yeah, so, he's hurt and he's coming back. So hey, thanks a lot. But I've seen this before with the Yankees, so that's why I just don't have a little trepidation with them as far as going forward. Moving forward.
I hear you. I hope you're wrong. Yes, John Carlos. Yes,
Juan Carlos Miguel Stanton.
Yeah.
So let me get to the other teams. So the Yankees are number 5 according to CBS. Number 6. The St. Louis Cardinals. They've now won 7 straight and have pushed that National League Central League up to 5, which is the highest it's been this season. The Phillies. A lot of people have been sleeping on the Phillies, man. But the Phillies, and they're gonna get Bryce Harper back. I know DA's shaking his head.
I'm good with that. That's my man.
Good with that.
Yeah, that dude can play. Shit, I don't care what nobody say.
Ain't nobody worried about them Phillies.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they got enough arms.
They don't got enough juice.
Yeah, they got enough arms. They got 2 arms for a 4-game series, which means they'll win 2 and lose 2. So that's their problem.
Mike's Mets have beat up on the Phillies. They are 14-5 against the Phillies this season.
That's little bro. That's what you're supposed to do. Give him a noogie, keep going.
Yeah. So
number 8 is the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays were 67-55. They're up 2 spots from last week. The Seattle Mariners look like they're going to go to the postseason for the first time in about 20 years. They just lost the series to the Oakland A's, but they're 68-57. They're trending upward 11 from last week. The Tampa Bay Rays, 69-55. They're in second place in the American League East. My dad's Cleveland Guardians continue. They're about to sweep a series from the Padres, and they go, and I believe they're playing the Mariners as we speak in the afternoon game. The aforementioned Padres, they are number 12. Big loss. We haven't talked about that. Real quick, Tatis, real quick. I'll start with D-Dubb. What you think about that?
Tatis, man. Well, not much I can say about him. I mean, he failed. He failed. Got to know what you put in your body. Straight up. I mean, he says there was something for wingworm, I think I heard.
Yeah.
Did you I mean, hey, man, that's his story. He's sticking with it, bro. That's all I can say, man. But, you know, that hurts, man. 80 games, man. That's
half the season, though.
Half the season going into next year, man. I mean, that hurts, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? After they made that big move for Soto, you know, and Josh Bell, Soto, I mean, you know, they had a chance to do something, but, you know, they're still in the hunt, 68-58?
Mm-hmm.
Very talented team, but I don't know. I don't know. D was heavy on this team last couple years, so I'll give you the floor, D. What you got?
Hey, man, it's part of the game, man. He got caught out. That's all. It's nothing else. It's his baseball. This is what they do. And he got caught. So he got to sit, and next year, in the middle of next year, he'll be back. The dudes that are there, your job is to continue to play and do the best you can. If you don't make it, you know what you have? A built-in excuse for not making it. So just, you know, blow your load this year, get it off, do as much as you can. And if you can't make it, you can't make it, man. But at least you got that Tatis excuse that you can use. And yeah, nothing else, man. It's baseball. See what happened, man. You know, dudes cheat. So, and they get caught. Or they don't. They get caught or they don't, right? So,
if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Hey, man. Listen, man.
I don't know is he has a responsibility to know what the heck is, you know.
Daryl, if you believe this story, you got a responsibility.
Check his cup. Kevin, check his cup.
It looks like water.
Yeah, all right.
We all know that dude knew what he was taking, man. He's just using that. That's his excuse.
We got to do sports chases, random round of drug testing.
Yeah.
Kevin, that was ringworm. What is it you found?
It was wingworm. That's what the man said.
That
man ain't have no ringworm. Come on, man.
Let me move on. Let me move on. He was playing in the sand, right? Let me move on to number 13. The Brewers are trending down from they're 65-58. Hey, team that I've been pulling for a low because they've been bad for a bunch of years now. The Baltimore Orioles are 64-59.
Shout out to them.
They're playing really well, man. Shout out to them. Number 15, Eric's team on the low. The White Sox, Tony La Russa is still hanging in there. They're trending up one spot from last. Mike, you're shaking your head.
All these guys that got fired, and this guy is still.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I shook my head. Nothing else to say. Just keep going. Thank you, sir.
Let me shut up, Mike.
Maybe it is water in his cup.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I'm just saying. Everybody earlier this year got fired. Like
the Toronto manager,
Joe Girardi got
Joe Girardi,
and I'm saying Tony La Russa.
Are you in a bad boy video?
And shout out to Tony La Russa. Now he was good in his day, but
Yeah.
I just
In
think that
St. Louis.
it might be. I don't know. Just might be past time, bro.
Tony La Russa, he the dude going in the locker room. Hey, what you darkies playing?
And there goes lemon pepper chicken. Team 16 in the power rankings.
I did not curse.
Yeah, close enough. Check
No.
DA cup. What's under the hat? The steroids is in the hat.
He just finished working out, right?
Yeah.
Number 16. Number 16. The Minnesota Twins are trending downward. They're down one spot from last week. They are number 16 according to CBS Sports. Their power rankings. So to give you a little context, Major League Baseball has went to 16 teams, 8 in both leagues, where there will be no more one in playing. There will be a wild card round consisting of 3 games. Just like the NFL, the top division winners, they will have, I believe, the 2 top division winners, they will have a bye. And whoever's the least of the division winners, they will have to play in one of those wild card games. So that's how that works. And then the winner of that will go into the division round, best of 7, so forth to the American League, to the League Conference League Championship, and then to the World Series. So that's how that's working for baseball. Let me get to another big topic, because this is of concern. This is coming from CNBC. Jack Stebbins. This was reported a day ago. The Los Angeles Angels owner Artie Moreno is exploring a possible sale of the team and other strategic options, the team announced Tuesday. It's been a great honor and privilege to own the Angels for 20 seasons, Moreno said in the release. Although this is a difficult decision, it was entirely our choice and deserved a great deal of thoughtful consideration. My family and I have ultimately come to the conclusion that now is the time. The Angels are valued at $2.2 billion, according to Forbes. The team is under 500 for the season, despite the stand-up performance of pitcher and designated hitter Shohei Ohtani. Moreno, who bought the Angels in 2003 for $180 million, made most of his money with his company Outdoor Systems, which was purchased by Infinity Broadcasting in 1999 for $8.7 billion. The Angels have implicated in a political scandal in the city of Anaheim, where Disney is also based. The FBI said in court filing that Harry Sadu, Anaheim's mayor, who has since, I don't need to read the rest of that. Hey, the Angels are up for sale. The Sports Chase is going to buy them. No, we don't have enough money yet to buy them. But interesting point. DA, we always talk about some of this off the field stuff, which is important, right? What do you think about this Moreno selling the team?
I don't think he needs to be out. He wasn't a great owner. And I think, believe it or not, I may be thinking that people who were pressuring him, because they're like, listen, man, if you don't sell the team, Mike Trout leaving. I think Mike Trout is leaving anyway, but so Mike Trout leaving, and it's like you gotta go. You're not a good enough owner. You don't know how to get players. People don't want to mess with you, and then you're doing this outside shenanigans with the city. So in order to cut our losses, why don't you just sell? I think you're going to double your money on what you spent. You can pay off all the people when you sell it for $300 million, and you're good. Bye-bye. And I think he made that decision because it's a good and prudent decision based upon his standing in the city, the standing of the team, and looking at his roster. Of course, he has other businesses and things outside of this, but as far as the actual sports concerned, he doesn't have a good enough roster to do it. So it's not good. You're in California, so you got at least 2 or 3 other teams better than you. And it shouldn't be that way. We got Ohtani and Trout on your roster.
And they play in the greater Los Angeles area.
Yeah, and you had a dude die 2 years ago from a overdose of painkillers, which folks on your staff, the medical staff, were implicated in. These are things you got to clean the house, man. Got to clean the house. That's my opinion.
D-Dubb, what'd you think?
I ain't got much. I agree with DA. There's no reason why that team should not be doing more than what they're doing. So I agree with that. It might be other forces to be like, yo, go ahead and relieve yourself and try to, get what you can and get out of here. That's what I think. This kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, just the other
You know what
day.
I'm saying? So
Well, for us it is, right?
yeah, for us, it could have been in the works and brewing for quite some time. So
So, Mike, what you got on the LA Angels for sale? I wish they changed the name back to the California Angels, to be honest.
Nah, weren't they Anaheim for a minute?
They was when they first came in the league in 1961 with them. Actually, they was expansion team with the Mets in 1961. They was California. They was called the California Angels, and then after that, when the Disney years, they became the Anaheim Angels, and then after that, they was like, we even though they don't play in LA, Anaheim, which is probably 30 miles southwest of LA, they became the LA Dodgers. And I think they just did that for clout and just to grab the LA market, which they don't have to. If they play good, my opinion, they would grab more fans. Everybody would go to the big A. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
Sell the team, make them back to me in Anaheim when they was decent and competing. And there we go.
The Wally Joyner days with that jacked up uniform with the all Angels. DA, could you roll your eyes even harder?
Yeah,
for those that are not looking, they're listening on the podcast. You got to see
that's
as he roll his eye.
Yeah, that's a wow.
Wally Joyner.
Wally Joyner. Those are the real desolate days.
Yeah. Wally Joyner. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. Also, with the Oakland A's, we're still talking about Oakland A's are still in talks with the city of Oakland about getting a ballpark. I think the A's will be going to Vegas with their other counterparts that was playing in the Oakland Coliseum or whatever they call that place now, Ringling Brothers or whatever they call that place.
The reality is, man, is that Oakland itself is not what Oakland used to be. So it's I'm not gonna say it's bad. It's just not.
Oh, I need you to elaborate, D. Just go ahead a little bit.
The city of Oakland lost a lot, man. Businesses and teams, because everybody can call Golden State what they want, but they're in San Fran. The Raiders left because they couldn't get a stadium, and they haven't been wanting to build a stadium for the A's for a very long time. There's not a whole lot of money there. There's not a whole lot of investment there from what I've seen, as far as cities in the state of California of that size. So it just might be a situation where Oakland can't afford to do it right now and take care of the rest of their civic duties. So with that being said, I don't think it's a bad move for a team to leave rather than put a strapped city in debt, in further debt with some BS bond bill that's not going to ever pan out, frankly. So so leave. If that's what you're going to do in Vegas so they can handle you, then go. That's what I see. I wouldn't want you to stay there. I really would not, man, because that's not right. So really, really, really not good. And I don't live in Oakland. I haven't done like a report on them, but the reality is that my understanding is that it's not Los Angeles, it's not San Francisco. It's financially worse than both, I guess, in some areas. But there's always going to be rich, areas too. So, but the reality is, my understanding is it's not, the best place to be, essentially. So, a lot of hoods, which is not bad, but
right.
They just don't do the gang thing like other places do in California. That's my understanding.
Gotcha, man. Baseball is heating up. I believe my Yankees are traveling to Oakland this weekend.
Well, one more month, just about.
One more month. Yeah, it's down the stretch we go. They'll have this
down the stretch now.
We'll have the September call up, September 1st. None of that. The baseball got rid of the where you can release the player and you can put somebody on the waivers. Nope, can't do that no more.
That's a wrap. No.
Yeah, that's a wrap with that, man. But it should be interesting. Darryl was talking about college football, man, and we're gonna move right along to college football and the polls. D-Dubb, who's playing this weekend? Who you said was playing?
What? No, DA. Who you said?
Ohio State, Notre Dame. I think there's 2 or 3 really good games this weekend. So 2 or 3 really good games this weekend. There's always going to be a good SEC game, probably a good ACC game. And that's the beauty of college football. The reality is that as long as teams are on an equal plane, for the most part, you're going to have a pretty good game, you know? So that's why I like college football. I may lean further to college football than to pro football nowadays, but I think usually you're going to get a good game out of a college football contest, personally. So, you know, I got no issue with this weekend. I don't know the whole rundown. I just know that the Ohio State Notre Dame game is huge because whoever loses this game is out. So
yeah, that's 5 versus 2. Notre Dame is ranked 5.
Yeah, so
Ohio State is number 2. So
Ohio State could actually
should be the ones in the top 4.
Yeah, and Ohio State can take a loss today and still make it because they got a conference championship. Notre Dame don't. If they lose today, it is a wrap.
Well, that is not right because they're not in the conference.
That's their fault. They're getting that NBC money. You know, there's always a give and take in life. Always a give and take.
Let me read off quickly. According to the 4-letter network, the college football rankings. Man, I'll just give you 1 through 15 real quick. Alabama, they got them number 1. This is the AP top 25. Alabama number 1. Ohio State's ranked number 2. Georgia number 3. Clemson number 4. Notre Dame number 5. Texas A&M number 6. Number 7 is Utah. Number 8 is Michigan. Number 9 is Oklahoma. Number 10 is Baylor. Number 11 is Oregon. Number 12 is Oklahoma State. Number 13 is NC State. Number 14 is USC. And number 15, bringing up the rear, is Michigan State. And all for my people down there in South Florida, I'll give y'all number 16. Miami's bringing up number 16. And you know what?
Good.
I'll go for Dan. Dan, hey, your Pitt Panthers is number 17, man.
I don't understand that one, but I got Miami. That makes sense. 14,
right, new coach, right?
Yeah. 14, you said was who?
Say that one more time, D. I'm sorry.
Who is 14?
Number 14 is USC.
They got we're gonna see if this kid can coach. What's his name? Riley, what's his name? What's the coach name? Just came from Oklahoma.
Riley, I had to look it up. Who you got, D? I'm sorry.
But yeah, dude is, you know, I like to see this because I like to see coaching, right? So he's coming from a conference where defense is straight optional, right? Out there in the Big 12, whatever they call it.
Lincoln Riley,
right? So
thank you,
Michael. So I need to see what happens where other cats is D'ing up, right?
But he's in another conference that's defense optional.
Well, you know, listen, the reality is that the Pac-10 plays better D than the Big 12. Yes, you're right. No, you're right. You are right. But statistically, they get more dogs out there at USC that play defense than they do at Oklahoma. So, you know, we'll see what happens. And because for him to take this job and move to the next level, he's going to have to do that because the good teams play defense. So, you know, that's why Oklahoma never could get anywhere because they score, you know, they can score a bunch of points. But if your defense can stop them, they sure enough could not stop you. So we'll see if he's a full coach. And that doesn't mean coaching the defense per se. It means having the skill to hire the correct defensive coordinator. So we'll see. All those things are skills. So we'll see. You know, I just hate when they, you know, crown these dudes, you know, off the gate. So, you know, so that is all.
So, D-Dubb, anything on what you saw in the AP poll? We know you're a huge college football fan.
Yeah. Other than the same top 4, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson. Probably going to be the same. Michigan, they high on Michigan. Michigan is number 8. So you know, we'll see. Again, I'm not the the highs of the highs. I will watch, but it's got to make sense, man. The game's got to make sense, and it's got to feel like, you know, both teams can compete and win, and not feel like it's one-sided. But you know,
The reason I ain't got a problem with it because, you know, it's up to you, coach, school. You want to be that. You talk like you want to be that.
they do a lot of talking.
There's no reason why you can't be that if that's what you're saying, right? If that's what you're saying, you want to, you know, we want to win, be here,
That's
be
what
there.
you believe. Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't make moves to do that. Then what are you doing? You're selling wolf tickets, right? To get those kids at your school to come in your stadium because your stadium holds 70,000 people.
100,000.
So you're there to sell, even though you really
pack them in. Yeah.
Trying to build a team to win a national championship. That's basically what it is. And I'm not saying you know, for any other reason than the fact that they're there, right? So I don't like Dabo, but Dabo's telling you the truth. When he's telling you he's trying to build a championship team, Dabo's trying to build a championship team. You know, Saban's trying to build it. Kirby trying to build it. Like these dudes are trying to get it. Like, whatever. NIL, that's short money for us. We've been paying these dudes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the reality is when these dudes, you know, we'll see if Brian Kelly can really coach. But you got to recruit and coach because every player in Louisiana is a huge high school football state.
He's got a great accent.
Yeah, whatever. Yo, he better be a great coach.
Brian Kelly can't coach.
Well, I'm with you, Mike. But this is what I'm saying, though, right?
Hey, I don't give a brother a chance.
My reality is that once you're there, you're in a place with homegrown talent that never leaves the state. And
what that mean?
If you can't get those kids to win, then you can't coach. Because everybody comes through there and won the championship. Saban came through there, won the championship. Les Miles comes through, win the championship. What's the last coach? Come through, win the championship. So if you can't do that, then you can't coach.
Ed Ogeron.
Yeah. And he had the damn gas station with his shirt off at 67 years old.
Yeah, he couldn't coach neither, but he didn't handle that.
Hey, well,
we got to move on. You got 30 seconds, man.
Are we good?
Remember, everybody I say can't coach. Remember that. You can add Brian Kelly to the list. Okay.
I'm with you with that, Mike.
Mike Mills, we're gonna print up when we get our thing back. Print up a list of things. We don't have it tonight.
But these guys keep on getting jobs, man.
Politics.
Yeah.
And other funny business I can't say on the air.
I'm gonna leave it alone. We already know.
Let me move
after the show.
Let me move along to some business side of NCAA football. We didn't get a chance to talk about it because we've been talking about the NFL, but a lot of things going on. This was huge. The Big Ten reaches a 7-year media rights deal with CBS, Fox, and NBC for football. Let me just read this real quick. The Big Ten on Thursday, this was last Thursday, on the 18th, announced its new 7-year media rights deal with CBS, Fox, and NBC that begins July 1st, 2023 and runs through 2029-2030 season. The multi-platform agreement is believed to be the largest in the history of college athletics, with industry sources putting the approximate value of the deal at a record $1.2 billion annually. Spanning 5 linear networks, including the Big Ten Network and FS1, the deal positions the Big Ten with 3 premier windows to show college football games on broadcast television. Fox will air a featured Big Noon game on Saturdays at noon ET with Eastern Time, and CBS will do the 3:30 time. And NBC wrapping up each week with the Big Ten Saturday night. So if you look at it, I'm gonna stop reading here.
Prime time game.
They set this up almost kind of like the NFL, right?
For Saturdays.
Right? For Saturdays. The NFL, you got the 1 o'clock game and you got the 4 o'clock game. So that means, and then you got the standalone Sunday night game. That is huge.
Oh, that's really good.
That's huge. And we keep saying every week, college football as we know it is over. Every week, it's stuff like this. It's over. Like DA said, there's going to be 2 or 3 super conferences, and everybody else will just be whatever. Dia, your thoughts on this deal, though?
Great deal. I mean, I didn't know that was it. And the reality is that it is over because there's not enough freaking hours in the day now for nobody else to be on TV, right? You got the early games, the middle game, and then the late game. So,
no, I ain't watching.
They win. But the game's got to be good too. So,
exactly.
The thing with the Big Ten, you can get a Purdue Indiana game and be like,
because if we talking if we just gonna be talking 30 point blowouts, man, I don't know who other than you how much beer you're gonna be drinking.
Well, no, the thing with college is cats go because for other reasons than being fans. Like you're not got to be a fan of the team in college. You just go to that school. You're a fan of the school. The cats go because you're a fan of the school.
They don't know who the quarterback is. They know the game is at 4:30 and we number 5 this year. Woo!
That's it. That's
right,
it.
Mike.
You don't need to be a fan of that team to go to a game.
I just hate what it's going to do to the other sports.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, they don't care.
It's about to ruin basketball even more.
Oh yeah, basketball has some things to do, I believe, but to kind of drum up support for what they're doing, because Mike, the problem, and you're right. The problem, Mike, is the regular season of NCAA basketball means nothing to anybody. And, other than the players, because they need the specific record,
and the fans, and the real fans.
The real fans that love that, but those games are really not worth much to see Creighton play Georgetown now and, early November. Who cares?
Let me read this. From the moment we did not renew our SEC rights, we targeted the Big Ten for both football and basketball. Dang, Mike. McManus continued. It was important for us to continue to program the 3:30 window on Saturday afternoon, which has been the highest rated window for many years in all of college football. So CBS, which will be the final year of its SEC deal, will air 7 Big Ten football games in various windows that season before expanding to a full schedule of 14 to 15 games annually from 2024 to 2029. This is really huge and big. So with that, go ahead, DA.
It's going to force people to buy the SEC network, which I'm not going to do. But that's what it's going to do, because where else the game's going to be?
Well, they'll have the standalone game. They'll have the quote unquote the sexy game. That should be on regular television, correct?
Yeah, that would
CBS.
Be
and if you want to see the games, there's a way to see the game.
Oh yeah, stop.
Oh yeah,
stop it, Mike.
There's a way.
So we saying the CBS.
Okay.
Follow me on Instagram at flight_1_Mills if you want to see the games.
So we're saying that if they're on CBS at 3:30, that means Alabama's not.
Right.
So that means somebody has to air the Iron Bowl, Alabama-Auburn game. I don't know who's going to do it, but somebody has to do it, right?
I didn't read who got the rights for them after
it's
that.
Probably, I still
CBS, right?
Yeah, CBS. Yes, correct.
But if CBS has a contract to show the Big Ten at Saturday at 3:30, they can't do both.
Oh, they'll have Alabama at 8:00.
No. That's not going to happen. Alabama don't change for nobody. Somebody else going to change.
I got that Iron Bowl for the low.
Yeah, for the low.
Nope. Tap in.
We got to move along. A lot of interesting moving pieces going on in college football. Let me go to the world of golf real quick. Yep, we're still talking about golf because golf is getting real saucy here. This was just a few hours ago. Tiger Woods and Rory Mcilroy got served subpoena as the drama continues. And this is from Golf Monthly magazine from Matt Craddock. This is about 11 hours ago. Tiger Woods and Rory Mcilroy have arguably been the most vocal players surrounding the Saudi-backed LIV Golf Series, with it being recently announced that the pair have launched a technology-focused golf league that will begin in 2024. However, following the launch of the league, as well as a number of huge changes announced by PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan, it has been reported that Woods and McIlroy were served a notice of subpoena to reveal details of a recent meeting between PGA Tour players at last week's BMW Championship, the second tournament of the FedEx Cup playoffs. And I'll have, if it permitted, we'll have Durant back on to really unpack all this. In a press release, it is stated that it is believed that discussions occur which are alleged to be anti-competitive and violate of the antitrust laws. This the LIV Golf Tour and its players. The release added that Woods has been given notice of the deposition on the 21st of September. McIlroy is the 20th. I feel like I'm at work. 22nd September, and PGA Tour Commissioner Monahan the 27th September in Jupiter, Florida, and Palm Beach County. Larry Klayman, who was go ahead. Larry Klayman, let me just read this real quick. Who was a lawyer representing the league plaintiff in a case against the PGA Tour, reportedly claims that this is not a personal thing against Woods, McIlroy, and Monahan. It's about getting information about what occurred at the players' meeting and generally with regard to allegations in our complaint that the PGA Tour, the DP World Tour, and their commissioners, Jay Monahan and Keith Pelley, allegedly colluding in a restraint of a trade and the antitrust laws to harm the LIV Golf Tour and its players. I love D-Dubb. What you think about this? Because you was
seems like you knew this was coming. They had that private meeting just yesterday, the day before they reported it. And you know, I don't know, man. You know, it's just really getting real messy here down, you know, between these guys. But you know, hey, I think me and DA had a conversation. You know, I was talking about Tiger Woods this morning. Tiger Woods he's disappointed with players that are you know, the PGA made them or whatever the case is. And I'm like, well, okay, there's no loyalty in this game. This game is business. Everything.
I think Tiger Woods needs to do a ride along.
Yeah,
with some record recording artists.
Yo, you can't stop the next man from trying to get some, you know, getting some money if they see there's money to be made. There's no loyalty in this game. So stop with this. Yo, we're loyal to. No, you know what moves the needle, and the needle, what moves the needle is the money. Period. End of story.
If you're able to make a better deal for yourself, right? As DA said so eloquently 2 weeks ago, and he said it very eloquently, episode 135. Check it out. You'll hear DA. That was funny. But all jokes aside, DA was saying, hey man, Tiger Woods, nah, man, you can't stop other guys from getting paid, but just get competitive. So what I didn't read was the PGA absolutely did what this week? They upped their purse.
Open your wallet.
Yep. They, like I said, Durbin's gonna get Durbin on next week. He's gonna get this and unpackage all of this. What happens? The PGA had to start giving people the bag. Like we got to be competitive, right?
So LIV actually is hurting dudes that are not part of LIV.
Say it again, DA.
LIV is helping dudes that are not actually part of LIV, because that pressure got your bosses to pay you more fairly.
It's called competition. Yeah,
but the reality is, if they can pay it, that means they had it.
They already, we know they had it. They just Tiger Woods made them almost $1 billion. Come on, stop.
Oh, they was just letting you come in and out of work every day for $3.35 an hour, knowing that they could pay you $10.35 an hour, but they watch you walk in and clock out every day at $3.35.
Right.
Oh, and we supposed to trust these people, right? That's what you're saying, me? Yeah. You trust these people? Okay. Yeah. All right. Yep.
But you got a problem with the Saudis though. Yeah. But you over here robbing me. It won't give me the anyway.
Yeah, America. You know, yes. Thank you, Michael.
Nah, that's very funny. So Durant, I'm not monitoring, but if you're listening, bro, text me, man. If you got anything on that, man, should be very interesting. Should be very interesting. So, you know, hey, it's a capitalistic society that we live in. And hey, if somebody else can pay you more and you're willing to go, why not?
Value for value, man.
I mean, it happens in all professions, right? Supposed to, right? If the other team in town are not paying, you go somewhere else.
I'm not quite sure what we're talking about exactly.
You know, I mean, I know what's his name made the song "Loyalty, Loyalty, Loyalty." Who was that?
I don't know who the hell that is.
Who's on the hook on that? Mike Mills. I'm sorry.
That's a Kendrick Lamar song.
Kendrick Lamar song, right? I know he wasn't talking about that in that that context, but that song just popped in my head. And at the end of the day, when it's business, you make a deal that's absolutely good for you. So
I'm not playing in LIV, but you know,
go ahead, Mike.
paying. They got the bread.
Makes sense, Michael.
Yeah, I ain't going to Saudi Arabia, so they're not fans of botany over there. So let's stick to the PGA Tour.
Gotcha. But I think you would give up the botany for a few million a year for a few years.
Okay, on to the NBA. Nope.
A league that doesn't encourage botany. Let's go to the NBA.
Let's go to the NBA. The NBA, only two items we got to talk about. Looks like here, DA, stop shaking your head, man.
I'm sorry. I'll pay attention.
You talking about Tibbs?
No, not yet. Just talking about the whole. Mike, go ahead, stars of Kevin Durant. What is going on? So he's staying now.
Foolishness is going on.
So what was all the problem? So why does he want to stay? So like me and D-Dubb was talking here yesterday. So what happens now? Because he done called out the coach, he done called out several other people, and now you're here, you're back. Look, I'm back.
Let's backtrack a little bit.
Go ahead.
Now, if you recall, I told y'all this wasn't going to work. I told y'all from day one this wasn't going to work because Kyrie's crazy and KD is sensitive. And what was all the last season going into this season? Sensitivity and craziness. This man wanted them to give up the coach. They wanted to trade him. He didn't want to stay if Kyrie wasn't staying. All types of sensitive, nutty behavior. And that should have just stood their ground and let them go. I get why they did it, but they should have just let it go.
I disagree with you on that, but the crazy part and sensitivity, you're 100% correct.
You don't think they should have stood their ground?
No. What the Nets did, you don't have to trade this guy. I don't care. You already signed the deal. I don't got to get rid of you. You're going to sit here and play.
Get out of here. Ship them. Ship them both. You act like you can't rebuild with what you get for that.
Yeah,
but
I would have shipped Kyrie, but I'm not shipping KD.
Shipping them both. Take your brother with you. Peace out. Take your cousin with you.
So let me read this. This is from a tweet from Kevin Durant's boardroom podcast. The following statement has been released by the general manager, Sean Marks, Steve Nash, and I, together with Joe Tsai and Clara Wutsasai, met with Kevin Durant and Rich Kleiman in LA yesterday. We have agreed to move forward with our partnership. We are focusing on basketball with one collective goal in mind, building lasting franchise to bring a championship to Brooklyn. So, DA, go ahead.
Listen, I told this, I think I told the D. You know me, I'm the conspiracy dude, so y'all gonna think I'm bugging. I don't think any of this shit was real. I think there was nothing else to talk about. They made KD come out with this story. I never heard him say a damn thing. You know what I think this is for? The benefit of the owners. D, why do you say that? Because it shows now a point in time where an NBA franchise said no to player empowerment. Where they said, no, I don't care what you say. We're going to stand tall. You're going to stay. Last two times this happened, what happened? They caved, right? Well, this is an example of them not caving. That's all. Pretty simple. Pretty cool. I don't think it was ever a story. I don't think anybody with any sense thought this ever was going to happen. Why? Why would they let you leave? You just signed the contract. You never said you wanted to leave the whole time. You know, your boy just re-signed. I think it was all game because there was nothing else going on this summer. And they could prove a point to the rest of the NBA going forward. I believe that's the biggest part of this whole story, is that the James Harden, Ben Simmons shit will no longer happen because we had a team stand up and say, I don't care. You're under contract. Peace. And Kevin Durant was just part of that game. Because I can't believe the dude would be that stupid to think that he can really get out of there.
So, I mean, Ben Simmons did.
Yeah. I said Kevin Durant.
Speaking of Ben Simmons, is he going to play this year? Let me ask you guys.
Yes.
He is going to play this year, and
Go ahead.
it seems to be in a better space according to reports. So
Well, that back surgery, he jacked up. He ain't gonna play right away. I don't know.
We'll see.
So,
yeah.
Mike, you said playing what, center?
They said he playing center. You didn't see that on the internet? He playing center.
I mean,
why not?
I can't, man. I can't black my screen out. What the hell?
Position is basketball. So we're back to playing traditional basketball.
No.
He about to play center. He don't want to shoot. He don't want.
Nah, he gonna play the 4. He gonna play the 4. He gonna be all right, 6'10". He gonna do what he do. He gonna pass the ball. He gonna be a point forward. For real.
He do any of that coward stuff again. It's over.
The wild card is who?
Wild card and who on that team?
Yes.
Joe Harris. That's his name? Stephen Curry.
It's a wild card. Wild card in what sense?
Well, I was talking more of the crazy sense.
That's what I was thinking. He talking about.
Yeah, that's where I was going at.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's crazy. You got to ask who between is it Kyrie or somebody else who's the wild card? That's a crazy question. Why would you build your team like that? See, get them out of here, trade them all. Like,
I said they're not going nowhere, man. They're not going. They're not going nowhere. They're not
Kyrie is gonna retire after this season and become a Black Israelite activist in the community and do good for other people. Because this basketball thing ain't for him no more. It's just not it no more. And it's okay.
Yeah,
just retire.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just go be a community organizer. Help the people you want to help. Your name is big enough now. You got money. Basketball just ain't for you, bro. I see it. It's okay.
In the words of DA, it's okay.
It's okay. I see the vision. It's okay. I respect it.
We've seen a lot of athletes retire before their time. Ricky, what's his name?
Williams.
From Texas. Ricky Williams.
Yeah, for botany.
Yeah, well, yes.
Ricky Williams. Right. He did his thing and he said, yo, this football thing is no more fun. It was with New Orleans and with Saints and with Miami Dolphins. He said it wasn't for him anymore. And he pushed off into the sunset. And that's fine. If that's what you want to do, right? It's with any relationship, right? Yo, you're committed, so you're committed till you're not committed. And big up to them when Ricky Williams said, it's not for me anymore. I'm just gonna do my botany as
take pictures. He's a photographer.
Yeah,
he get money on the photographer tip, man. They let him do NFL games, so he's getting paid something. Yeah. So
So shout out to him, for doing this thing. And same thing for Kyrie. If basketball is no longer in your heart, maybe it's time for you to chill out, man. So
it's funny. It's fun. Sometimes it's like anything, any job you get, right? So you get there and you think it's one thing and it's another. So maybe he had thoughts that the NBA was something else, and he saw all the backstabbing stuff behind doors BS. And he's like, man, I don't really, I don't gel with this. I don't gel with all the backstabbing and this, that, and the third. So I don't know. I don't know the dude, man. I know he's a hell of a player, has a lot of talent. I think when he's on the court, he's probably the best, one of the top 3 or 4 or 5 point guards in the league. And that's scoring and passing, because he gives a lot of dimes too. I think Kevin Durant is a great player, great scorer, a lot of gifts, can do a lot of things a lot of people can't do, and he has to get a little tougher mentally. But I don't believe that they were ever going to. I don't believe they were ever going to trade him. I just couldn't see the value of anybody's trade matching up. And like I said, I look at this, and like I told you before, Kevin, we talked about the Ben Simmons thing for a year. Mm-hmm. I told you it had to be something that was worth it. They was not going to let Ben Simmons go for Mooney Parker and JoJo English. That was not going to happen. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like it was not going to happen. So it had to be James Harden or something else.
Right. Agreed.
So that's the way. Billionaires are not billionaires because they throw away money, man. That's not going to happen, man. So
No.
that's the way I kind of saw it. And I'm not mad at it. I'm just like, yo, look, dog. I didn't see there being any trade. Jaylen Brown, so that made any sense for any team or for Kevin Durant. You know, if it's like the Knicks situation where you trade the whole team for Carmelo and Carmelo gets to the Knicks and it's just him and 4 dudes from 143rd Street, that's right, you don't win. So that's what I saw, and I knew it was going to happen.
But D, what do you think about the relationship now? The game is all back together now, or do we go and play ball?
First off, it's business, and you get paid to do it, so you got to do that. And
but
2, I don't believe it was real in the first place. I do not believe it was real in the first place because it was a slow time of year when it happened. You know, I kind of watched when it happened. Like, why is this happening now? It was the week or 2 weeks after Kyrie re-signed. Because remember, the first half of the summer, half of the summer, he wasn't going to re-sign. Oh, they're going to trade him to the Lakers. Right?
But we knew that was a lie, and because he had too much money, he's too much money on that table.
These are the things that I'm saying that if, as fans and individuals look at this shit, you know what I'm saying? If it don't make sense, it don't make dollars.
So you're saying that this shit is some WWE stuff?
Yes, it was just a story because there was nothing else to talk about. There was never any trade in the NBA that made sense, especially when he comes out and says, okay, I want Phoenix, this one, and the Cincinnati Reds. And motherfuckers like Phoenix, Phoenix ain't got shit for you. Well, yeah, who are you talking about in Phoenix? Oh, you think you think that you and Andre Ayton was going to be a one-up trade?
A whole major league franchise.
Man, are you crazy? Are you absolutely crazy?
Ayton, 3 draft picks, and Jay Crowder.
Yeah.
Wasn't going to happen.
Cameron Payne too.
Wasn't going to happen. Wasn't going to happen.
I'm inclined to agree with DA. It's basically was slow time of year. WWE down, could be right, and they needed something to talk about. You've heard talking heads say several times, like, hey, the NBA owns July through October.
No, they need a storyline.
No, I just sound like the old guy. Just had a birthday, but I remember the time. Hey, the NBA was off. We didn't talk about the NBA. Concentrate on baseball and baseball and that sport that's in the season, right? Only time you talk about baseball in the off season is what, during the hot stove league when they do the trading and stuff in December, right before Christmas. They do that. Baseball goes back to sleep until pitchers and catches in February, right? Same thing with football, right? Hey, Super Bowl ends. You don't talk about football no more until April to the draft. No more again about football, the NFL at least, until training camp starts motoring up in July, and then you got your, as D say no to preseason games.
Yeah.
Be the title of the thing of the episode. But now we have this crossover and cross-reference, and
right.
Yeah, it's whatever,
I love
man.
sports, fellas, but
I love it too. Yes,
I watch what these dudes do, and you gotta. I'm not gonna say no more than this. In 1 second.
No, you got it.
Is that I'm a dude that's I'm used to seeing, and it still happens. If a dude has something really to say, even in 2022, that dude to get out there and say it. So when I don't hear Kevin Durant say it, a dude that's notorious for being on Twitter and just saying shit, and I don't see nothing about no trade, oh man, this shit's made up there. Because if he really wanted it, he would say it. If he wanted it, he would say it. Because dudes that want to get traded, they get right out there, man, I'm trying to be out of here, son. Shit here is whack. Period. That's how you make pressure. And they do that in football in the game where contracts aren't guaranteed. Dudes just say, I want out. I don't want to be here no more. Dude from Chicago, he said it on TV. It wasn't his agent. It was him.
Or if you like my man T.O. start curling, do some curlers and sit-ups in front of his house.
I'm out. I need to be out.
Yo, shout out to T.O. That's my
T.O. What do you run? He run the
4.5, a 4.5 40 at 55 years old.
Yeah, 50 years old. Shout out to T.O.
That's my dude.
Doing this thing. Great show tonight, guys. Great show tonight. Little different things, little theatrics between me and D-Dubb. We're here, same space together. So
we're brothers.
We're brothers.
System and the brothers.
Yes.
Hi, give me a hug. No.
Look up, Daryl. Say cheese.
That's stupid.
Mike Mills. We found that?
I wanted to put it down, but I can't do that tonight. But
no, it's not.
It can be found everywhere. The Angry Aggressive Man said in the beginning. We can be found on every major podcast platform. Everywhere. I want to say Deezer, but Kevin gonna give me that look because him and iHeart got a thing. So we're on iHeart Radio, and
no doubt
we're anywhere. And we're on our own website at sportschasers.net.
No, sportchaserspodcast.net.
Sportchaserspodcast.net. Yeah.
I don't know who that website is.
That's them other dudes.
That's the other. Nope.
Well, spin on their website and tell them to take it down so we can get that domain. Do that for me.
Yes, sir. Get that money, Mike.
Go spin on them so we get that domain. Appreciate it.
Good job, Mike. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Party shots. I'll start with the DA. What you got, bro?
Life is good as long as you're here to live it. Peace.
Thank you, DA. D-Dubb, what you got?
I ain't got nothing heavy, man. Yo, good show tonight. We keep on doing this thing every Thursday night. Shout us out. Like, share, subscribe. You hate it, you like it, you don't like it, whatever.
Say what you gotta say. Say with your chest.
Say what
Whatever
you
you
say.
Say with your chest.
Take all
10 toes deep.
yeah,
That's right.
Take all
You're good.
criticism and everything. So we appreciate it all.
Yep.
Peace.
Yep. Mike Mills, what you got, bro?
Nothing too heavy. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Our host and moderator, happy belated birthday.
Yeah, for the 50 count.
Yeah. He had a birthday the other day, guys.
Go ahead, Curtis. Curtis.
Well, they blowing up his age. I wasn't gonna do that. Just happy birthday. But
they doing the math, man. It's like,
right, they wilding. But yeah, shout out to everybody tuning in. Shout out, thank y'all for coming here, tuning in with us. And go stream my single more. It's on every platform possible. If you want to catch me, I will be on Power 104.4.
That no limit? No.
Nah, there ain't no limit. Nah.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I'll be up there.
My bad.
I'll be on the Jug. That's one of their shows. I'll be up there doing the interview Sunday. So tap in with that. Come check me out.
No doubt.
Yeah.
What's up? That's our youngest in charge, Mike Millie. Doing this thing on the hip hop and rap thing. Check him out, please, on all those social media platforms. And what is it again, Mike? Power what?
Power 104.4 FM. I will be up there Sunday afternoon between 4 and 6.
Yep.
All right,
shout out to Mike Mills.
I
don't have anything heavy. I'm just grateful for another birthday. Shout out to all those that wish me happy birthday. Thank you so much. Appreciate you so much. We miss Dan tonight. The hockey guy, Dan, we miss you tonight. The angry one tonight.
Yeah.
But the band should be all back together next week. And like I said, I ain't got nothing heavy, man. But hey, it's 90 minutes. We give you 90 minutes. You give us 90 minutes, we'll give you the news world, man. But on behalf of myself, I'm Kevin L. Warren, your host and moderator. No, I don't need that. What I need to do, hold on. Oh, yeah, I need that.
There you go.
On behalf of myself, I'm Kevin L. Warren, your host and moderator. Daryl D-Dubb Warren, Dorian the DA Aubrey, Mike Mills, and my man, James the Angry One, and Dan, the hockey dude. This is the Sports Chasers Podcast. Hey, y'all be good, be blessed. See y'all next week, man. Be good. Peace.
Yeah. Go look at that, Kev, on the mic. Whole thing here back at the crib is real light bright right now. My man.